It's the morning of January 30th, 2009. The Seneca owner-pilot has invited several friends on a flight from the Chicago area to Raleigh-Durham, North Carolina, and Clearwater, Florida. The flight is ready to depart when another pilot notices 5 passengers on board the 6-seat Seneca and expresses concern that the airplane will be overweight. He speaks to the Seneca pilot about this and also urges him to obtain a weather briefing and file a flight plan. But the 2,200-hour non-instrument-rated pilot shrugs off the concerns. He assures his friend that he has checked the weight and balance and it is okay. He promises to get a weather briefing and file a flight plan from the air. And so the Seneca 2 takes off VFR for the 558 nautical mile trip to Raleigh. The National Transportation Safety Board reviewed the Seneca's weight and balance. At takeoff, the airplane was more than 300 pounds overweight and 3.4 inches aft of allowable CG. If indeed the pilot calculated the weight and balance as he told his friend, he had to know the aircraft would be operating outside its envelope. Two hours after departure, weather south of the Seneca's flight path has deteriorated. About 100 miles southeast, Huntington Airport is reporting winds from the northwest at 3 knots in 3/4-mile visibility. Light snow is falling under a 1,000-foot overcast. Meanwhile, 150 miles west of Huntington, at Louisville, Kentucky, snow is reported, with visibility varying between 2.5 and 4 miles. And 79 miles northeast of Huntington, at Parkersburg, West Virginia, light snow is falling in 4 miles visibility. About half an hour later, a special report is issued for heavy snow and 1/4 mile visibility. But the pilot is unaware and continues the flight. A low-pressure system associated with a crippling ice storm gripping eastern Texas, northern Arkansas, and Kentucky earlier in the week had begun tracking northeast, pumping warm, moist air on top of the colder air mass that was already in place. From midnight through 6 a.m., light snow had been reported in a widespread area west and east of the route. Radar for that period showed bands of precipitation moving from Michigan and Illinois into Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania. At departure, Chicago and Raleigh reported 10 miles visibility and clear skies, but the weather system that prevailed overnight continued into the day, in spite of some scattered VFR areas. The good weather reported for Raleigh and the first half of the 500-mile route might have lulled the non-instrument-rated pilot into a false belief that VFR prevailed along the entire route that morning. Whatever the reason, he did not contact flight service as planned, a grave mistake considering the nasty weather in store. Three hours into the flight, November 8047 Charlie catches up with the weather, and marginal visual conditions give way to IMC. The pilot, now in over his head, has trouble controlling the airplane. Near Tri-State Airport in Huntington, West Virginia, the airplane becomes critically low on fuel. It is snowing. The ceiling is 1,000 foot broken, and the visibility is 2 miles.
Mayday, 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 Seneca 8047 Charlie.
Seneca 8047 Charlie, go ahead.
I'm flying VFR and I'm low the fuel and I need the help to land.
The pilot finally reached out for help, but by then it was already too late. The NTSB determined the airplane was using 24 gallons of fuel per hour. If the tanks were full at takeoff, They would run dry after 3 hours and 45 minutes. Even before the Mayday call, the situation was grim. As fuel became an issue and clear skies gave way to increasing clouds, the pilot quickly ran out of options, scud running in mountainous terrain in search of fuel.
Seneca 47 Charlie's radar contact 8 miles southeast of the Huntington Airport. The Class D airspace is IFR at this time. The ceiling 1,000 broken, visibility 2 miles with light snow.
Could you give me a vector so I can land over there?
Seneca 47 Charlie, are you capable of IFR flight?
Yes.
And Seneca 47 Charlie, would you like an IFR clearance to the Huntington Airport?
Yes, please.
Seneca 47 Charlie, squawk 0163.
Could you tell me where is the airport behind me?
Seneca 47 Charlie, affirmative. The airport is behind you, about 3 miles.
Okay, I can tell now. I see the ground right now.
Seneca 47 Charlie. Seneca 47 Charlie, low altitude alert. Make sure you maintain ground contact.
I lost ground contact.
Seneca 47 Charlie, you're about 1.5 miles final for runway 30. It's about 2 o'clock and 1.5 miles. And Seneca 47 Charlie, you're going back and forth. It's about 10 o'clock and 11 o'clock now and 1 mile.
How do you know how low I can go?
And Seneca 47 Charlie, you're below my minimum vectoring altitude now. The field elevation is 820. And Seneca 47 Charlie, on your current heading, you're about to fly over the airport now. Do you still have ground contact?
No,
Seneca 47 Charlie, how much fuel do you have now?
not much.
Seneca 47 Charlie, climb and maintain. Need you to climb up and maintain 2,500, and we'll give you a surveillance approach to runway 30. Maintain 2,500 and fly a heading of 170.
The Seneca is switched over to a different controller for the surveillance approach.
Seneca 47 Charlie, this is your Huntington final controller. How do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Seneca 47 Charlie, roger, understand. This will be vector to the surveillance, final approach course to runway 30. This will be a no gyro approach. I just give you turns. The published minimum descent altitude I'll give you momentarily. When you're able, turn left, half standard rate, left turn. Seneca 47 Charlie, you're correcting nicely. Now stop your turn. Stop the turn. Go wings level. Then maintain 2,500. Seneca 47 Charlie, again, if you hear Huntington ident, you're still in the turn. Stop, turn. Go wings level. Seneca 47 Charlie, go wings level and hold one heading. Seneca 47 Charlie, again, that heading 120, fly heading 120. Low altitude alert, check the altimeter 3006.
120, Seneca 847 Charlie.
The controller attempts to keep the pilot on a heading and altitude, but the pilot has trouble complying.
Huntington?
Get approaches here.
Could you give me a vector to the airport?
Roger. I'm going to turn you on about a 4 mile final so you have a straight in. The visibility is not real good at Huntington on account of snow. And Seneca 47 Charlie, runway 30 does not have approach lights on it, but the runway has been broomed and plowed. You'll see the dark strip in the snow, and the runway lights are up all the way. Seneca 47 Charlie, heading is 030. The left turn, heading is 030. You appear to be in a right turn. Again, heading is 030 when you're able.
Yes, I do have right now 030.
after numerous heading and altitude corrections, the controller attempts one final lineup of the Seneca for runway 30.
Now descend to your minimum descent altitude. The published minimum descent altitude is 1300. Maintain at least 1,300 or above. 1,300. Do not descend below 1,300.
1,300.
Slightly left of course, heading 300.
300.
Turn right in a right turn. Turn right, heading 320. 320. 320 in a right turn. Heading is 310. Roll out heading 300. Now heading is 300. You're now going the wrong way. Heading is 300. Climb to where you have VFR contact with the ground. I see your altitude indicates you're climbing. Seneca 47 Charlie. Seneca 47 Charlie, how do you hear? Seneca 47 Charlie, Huntington approach. If you hear me, IDAN. Seneca 47 Charlie, radar contact is lost. Seneca 47 Charlie, Huntington approach in the blind. If you hear me, climb immediately. Climb and maintain at least 2,500. Seneca 47 Charlie, if you hear me, IDAN. Correction, 47 Charlie, if you hear me, please respond.
The NTSB offered these sobering facts in their preliminary investigation. On January 30th, 2009, at 1336 Eastern Standard Time, a Piper PA-34 200 Turbo, November 8047 Charlie, was destroyed when it struck high-tension power lines and collided with terrain while maneuvering for landing at the Huntington Tri-State Airport. The certificated private pilot, a certificated student pilot, and 4 passengers were fatally injured. Instrument meteorological conditions prevailed. Unfortunately, no amount of analysis can change the outcome of this accident. But even though few of us would think of launching on a 500-mile VFR cross-country over mountains without a pre-flight briefing or a check of the weather en route, we can still take important lessons from this tragedy. Ask yourself, have I ever let external pressure influence me to hurry up, take shortcuts, or press on? Have I ever pushed fuel reserves to the limits? Am I really prepared to turn around or land when the weather does not cooperate? Do I know and respect the limitations of my own piloting skill and experience? Heed the warning signs, act on them, and avoid tragedy.